Here with Coach BJ Payne and Jason Braymiller from Hilton Head High School. Just one guy got to make the trip today?
Yeah, we got a lot of guys. It's our only day off in the summer, and we got a lot of guys that have senior pictures today, and a couple have like SAT tutoring and stuff like that, so it's a busy day.
I see. Well, tell us about the Seahawks this year. Last year was a little bit disappointing as far as the wins and losses go, not making the playoffs. But I know I talked to you. We had you on a couple weeks ago. You're excited about this group, and so tell us a little bit about where you guys are and where you need to get to be.
Yeah, we're excited about this group. Last year, I think the last 2 years combined, I think 8 games we've lost by 4 or less points, just right there to the end. I think 5 of them last year, and with that being said, these guys are, worked hard. I know every coach says that, but probably our hardest working group in a long time that we've had. The buy-in, the accountability, the relying on each other. And, defensively, we return a lot of experience. Offensively, some experience. And those guys are pretty dynamic. But then our new young guys we're really excited about. They're very talented. It's just going to be they're going to have to grow week by week and day by day as they get their experience. So quarterback's going to be a sophomore, but he's got a couple good running backs to take some pressure off him early in the season as he adjusts and learns, the game at that level. So we're really, really excited.
Yeah, I like him physically, and what I've seen from him with Ranajeski. And then obviously you mentioned the running backs. Troy Timko has been tearing it up for several years now. He's back. Thaddeus Zarnacki had a really nice year last year, so we're going to see a pretty run-heavy offense with a young QB.
Well, you got to have somebody that can take some pressure off. We're pretty dynamic. As far as, we're very multiple, what we're doing formation-wise. And that's been the weird thing about the summer is we talk about a lot as coaches is, all summer you're not playing real football. So you're 7-on-7, so there's so much pressure on the quarterbacks and on the receivers, where when you have that stable of running backs that can take the pressure off, it's very different come the real season. So Troy, Thaddeus, and then, we got Tristan Simmons, and we got Nate Appy, so, it's not just one guy, we can bring a lot of people at you with fresh legs.
Yeah, you mentioned Simmons. You lost him mid-season last year, and it was a huge loss. But then Nathan Appy kind of stepped up and filled that role. So now you get both of them back. It's like you got a new guy almost. But so that's huge. But let's get Jason in here. Jason, tell me from your perspective about this team and your expectations for you and your guys.
I think it's one of the more hardworking teams. We have a new offensive coordinator come in, and he means business, and I think he's got a lot of us, that culture in line, and kind of just how we talk about each other, how we are on the field, and just making sure that, we hold meetings and stuff, Zoom meetings. We're meeting almost every day, and just making sure we have everything down fine-tuned. And I think we got, like he said, we got a lot of guys returning on defense. We got a new offense coming in. We're going to do some different things, and we got some guys that can move around the ball. It's going to be a dynamic offense, and we're aiming for a region championship, and I think with this team we have a really good shot with that.
Speaking of that, it feels like the region is about as competitive top to bottom as I can remember it being, with Beaufort coming back up and Bishop England coming up and the 2 Charleston schools going out. It feels like, on paper probably Beaufort's kind of the favorite, but it feels like there's pretty narrow margins from top to bottom.
Well, the way I look at it is you give the nod to Beaufort until somebody beats them.
Right.
State champs 2 years ago, I don't think anybody in our counties beat them in 2 or 3 years, at least the last 2 years. So you obviously give them, the nod, when you look at the region. But I think it's a very balanced, region from top to bottom, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Right on, fellas. Well, best of luck this season. We look forward to seeing you guys out there.
Appreciate it. Thanks.